Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews, and Eve Levin enjoys by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Girls Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show on over 30 podcast platforms, including the MikeWagnerShow.com. on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music. We're on Podbean, Pandora, coming soon to Buzzsprout, Pandora, and also we're on the YouTube channel. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, makes great gifts year-round. And for more great gift ideas, we got the merchandise getting away here. So, and these are selling fast too, by the way, guys. So, and also for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mia Molson-Zia store for great merchandise like T-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, and great books like merchandise, Missing, Once, Wrinkles, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Also support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM and PayPal, and also the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you do so today. We're here with a terrific gentleman who's the director of sales and marketing for VBO Tickets, a global provider of total ticket engagement solution, and helps organizations boost ticket sales with integrity. With integrated customer relation management, ticketing, fundraising, merchandise sales, virtual engagement, and also marketing solutions as well. And this has also been important during the pandemic. And of course, this gentleman here will define it to help venue capacity limits. And he'll talk about the reopening events with social distancing and selling merchandise ahead of time. And I'm sure this guy's been to a lot of games as well, too. He's from the San Francisco area. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios over by the Bay, the director of sales and marketing for VBO Tickets. Ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented Mike MacPherson. Mike, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate being here.
Well, it's great to have you on board, Mike. So you're director of sales and marketing for VBO Tickets, and you also help organizations boost ticket sales with integrated customer relations marketing, also ticketing, fundraising, merchandise sales, and everything else. And this became more important during the pandemic as well too. And especially you being from the San Francisco area, helping fans get in for the 49ers, the Giants, also the Bay Area with the San Jose Sharks, Golden State Warriors, a lot of concerts and more. And this is just a great thing to have during this time. And before we talk about VBO Tickets and what you do and what it does, Mike, tell us how you first got started.
Sure. Well, I've been in sales and marketing, since a very young age, and one of the owners of a company I worked for ended up getting involved with VBO Tickets, asked me to come over from the other company I'd worked with them at, kind of right in the middle of the pandemic, because obviously sales, to events dried up. And so they brought me on board to try to revitalize and reorganize things as the pandemic was going on. So when the pandemic subsided, that we would, be ready to go. So all of a sudden, here I am in the ticketing software business.
Mm-hmm. How you like that? And what was that one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing with sales and marketing as well?
Sure. Well, I love VBO Tickets, technology, software, being in Silicon Valley. It's super exciting. No question about it. You feel like you're at the epicenter, of something special. That is fabulous. It really has been a great experience.
Hmm.
As far as sales and marketing and when I knew, probably at a very young age, in my 20s, I started, selling in retail when I was in school, and I just took to it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the challenge of figuring out how, to grow business, to grow sales. And so I knew at a very young age that, okay, sales and helping people learn how to do sales was something.
Hmm. And what would you say is your favorite area of selling, like with tickets, merchandise, and everything else, like certain areas like with sports teams, concerts, music, and everything. What would you say is like the most challenging you've done, and how you manage to overcome?
Sure. Well, there's no question when you're a ticketing software company whose business is built on live attended events, you're never going to run into a more challenging situation than COVID-19 and the pandemic and how it shut everything.
Hmm.
In essence, overnight, our business dropped 95%. There just was nothing there. And understandably so. Nobody was going to go in March of 2020 and beyond. Nobody was going to go to live events. And so that was, without a doubt, for me and for our company, the most challenging moment that we had to, figure out what we were going to do and how we were going to overcome that.
Hmm. And of course, a nice part is that you could also virtually sell everywhere too, even like comedy clubs, museums, and everything else, even live events and whatever else. And do you think the fact that the whole thing with virtual is that, do you think they have the same experience, being virtual, being experienced live and everything? And of course, it wasn't for the pandemic, what would be with VBO tickets?
Yeah. So there's no doubt that virtual, I mean, just the way we're talking here on Zoom. I mean, before the pandemic, I didn't even know what Zoom was, right? So there's no question that virtual events, virtual meetings, virtual concerts are now real thing and here to stay. And very early on, we added that to our offering to our customers. We didn't have it. We quickly added it, and that was asked for by customers, by theaters, and they were like, hey, what are we going to do? We can't have people come to the theater. And so you started seeing really early in the pandemic that artists, musicians, comedians, entertainers started doing some virtual stuff right from their home. Right? Just
Hmm.
like you and I are doing now,
Right.
this podcast, you were seeing musicians from their home start to record or stream, their talents. And so that quickly moved into the theater realm for us, where they wanted to be able to do behind the scenes streaming, event streaming, and to try to generate some income. Now, it's not a replacement for the live event. It doesn't have as much attendance as the live events, but it diversified their business. It kept the doors open for some, and now it's here to stay as a partner with the live event. So it's not unusual now for you to be able to go to a play at a theater, at your local theater, or also watch that play virtually and buy a ticket virtually.
Hmm. So in other words, like say if you can't go to the play, a concert, sporting event in person, you can also do that virtual as well too.
That's right. Not everybody has adopted the technology, so not every event you go to will you have that option, but it's emerging, right? And so there's no doubt that a lot of theaters, primarily of our client base, are the ones that are doing it, right? As opposed to sporting events. Where you're really seeing it probably emerge most quickly in the ticketing business is at performing arts and comedy, probably more than anything. Maybe music as well. You're seeing some music venues do live streaming, and so now you're getting your choice. You can go and attend live, or you can buy a ticket and stream it.
Hmm. And of course, there's also some things that we all want to mention as well too, like define the venue capacity limits, reopening events with social distancing, and also selling merchandising ahead of time. We'll talk about those in just 1 minute, but first listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Girls Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com on over 30 podcast platforms. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, so help it fly off the shelves, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also t-shirts, pop sockets, phone cases, hoodies, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia, and support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you do so today. We're here with the Director of Sales and Marketing for VBO Tickets, Mike MacPherson, here on the Mike Wagner Show out of the Bay Area. And of course, we talked a little bit about how this can benefit with all the with all the venues that are seen online. And of course, the big issue has been, it's just like, how much capacity do we set? Like, say, there's a debate, like, 1,000 for one event, 5,000, 10,000. But yet with yours here, it's just like you can pretty much define it, or the automation system can do it for you.
Yeah, so that was one of the other things that happened as a result to adjusting to the pandemic. Let's take a theater that might have a capacity of 1,000 at 100% capacity, and the local county health officials might have an ordinance that says you can only be at 25%. And so again, our customers came to us and said, "Hey, we want to be able to sell any seat in the house, but we want to cap it." And so what that means is they didn't want to take their 1,000-seat theater and then just carve out 25% of the seats, and then the customers pick those 25% of seats. They wanted to allow the customer to go online, look at the seating map at all 1,000 seats, pick their seats, but then when they reach the 25% capacity limit, it's done, sold out. And so we work with our customers to develop in our software that ability, limits that would meet the local officials' health standards, the policies that were put in place due to COVID-19, and set capacity limits so a theater could sell to 25% of capacity, and then it would be done.
Also, too, the fact that you can also sell merchandise ahead of time, which is really nice. The fact, the old way where it's like you wait in the lobby, you would buy merchandise, you have to take it with, or you can just, buy on the way out. You can also, order ahead of time, even food and everything else, without fighting the lines. When I saw that is a really nice part.
Yeah, so I hate to keep repeating myself by saying again the pandemic caused an adjustment, but yes, that's exactly what happened. So now the theaters were able to reopen, say, at 25% capacity, and have social distancing, distance between the different seats. But then what happens if somebody goes up to get a soda or a hot dog and there's a line? That was a concern in the very early days of the pandemic when things were opening back up. So what on our ticketing software the theaters asked for and we provided is you could pre-buy your soda and your hot dog, and it could be delivered to your seat by the theater. So you would just, no different than buying your ticket online to the event, you would then buy your t-shirt or your program or your hot dog and your soda, and then the theater could have all of that available and just deliver it to you at your seat, so the social distancing would stay in effect.
And of course, also reopening events with social distancing as well, too. And we talked about that. And what are some of the things you're looking to expand on, improve on? And we also talked about, for now with the theaters, comedy clubs, and everything else. And what are some of the areas you're looking to expand, and where are some of the areas you're looking to venture into, or some areas where you can also improve on?
Sure. So that was, one other feature that was important was the social distance aspect. We developed the social distancing automated feature in the seat map. So when you go select the ticket for the event, let's say you pick 2 seats in row 2, the software automatically blocks out the seats to the right and the left to create the social distancing bubble, right? So that sort of, completed the capacity, the social distancing, the merchandise, to allow the theaters to reopen. So now here we are at current day, where all of this was critical to our customers and to us during the storm, that we were all feeling from the pandemic. And so now what's the future look like? Well, now for us, the future is about expanding into new markets, primarily now into colleges and universities. They all have performing arts centers. They all have athletics, hockey, basketball, football. We do that, and we've always done that. But what happened during the pandemic is, because of the slowdown, we had time to develop new features and do a lot of research. And in doing that research, the colleges and universities that we were doing business with starting to emphasize to us that they needed better cybersecurity, right? And so you see that in the news that's been fairly big in the last year, the different ransomware attacks and cybersecurity attacks. So now that is where we're very, very focused. We're very focused on the cybersecurity, securing transactions, providing the documentation that we're securing all the transactions, people's data and information. That's super important to the college and university market. So we spent a lot of time working on that, and that's really our next big growth area, is the colleges and universities. So far, so good. We're expanding rapidly in that marketplace.
And what would you say is the most popular in terms of the theater, music, and everything else? Not just those areas, but maybe like what's been the hottest that you've experienced as well, too, like particular act, particular movie, or anything like that it's like what was like the hottest, and the ones that just like sold out just like that.
Yeah, so now a big trend. There's a couple of big trends you're seeing that are pretty cool. So one, holiday lights, driving your car through different holiday
Oh,
lights. So a
nice.
lot of botanical gardens and cities and governments, are adding holiday light tours, and so we've seen that become a much bigger deal recently. And then you're seeing some of these immersive events, like we recently saw in the San Francisco Bay Area a Van Gogh event, in which you go in and it is completely immersive with video walls. And so I would tell you that that immersive event is probably right now one of the hotter things that's emerging.
That is so amazing. And where can we get more information about VBO tickets and what you offer and everything?
Sure. So it's real simple, vbotickets.com. All the information is there. You can learn about us. You can take a look at what the software's capabilities are. Primarily what it is just ticketing software and CRM management for performing arts, sports, museums, comedy clubs, music venues, where they can sell their tickets online and manage and market their business through our ticketing software.
That's so amazing. What's coming up for Mike MacPherson and VBO tickets? We'll find out just 1 minute. You're listening to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's of Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with the Director of Sales and Marketing for VBO tickets, Mike MacPherson, after this timeout. We're back with the multi-talented Mike MacPherson of VBO Tickets here on the Mike Wagner Show, and I learned a lot from you, Mike, with virtual online tickets and seeing things online, and purchasing a ticket. In fact, I think I'm gonna get a ticket right now. I haven't decided which one I'm gonna go to, or see in the area. And what can we expect from you guys in 2022 and beyond, Mike?
Well, here in a couple of weeks, we're going to be heading down to Orlando to an industry trade show called Intex, where there's lots of networking opportunities for us and some seminars to learn more about the business. So that's sort of our next big thing that we're going to be doing. And then we're looking to continue to add features and expand on the software. So for us, we're really customer driven. We're really listening to our customers and the features and the needs they have. So there's a lot of new features to be added, as we continue to hear what our customers' needs are and add them to our software.
And we're certainly looking forward to you guys got an amazing product. We're looking forward to it. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career, Mike?
Oh, well, for me, I would tell you, really the biggest influence is Tom Hopkins. He wrote a lot of books on selling when I was young, where I started to teach myself the craft of sales. You don't really go to college to learn sales. It's sort of something you fall into. And so Tom Hopkins, Tom Peters is another author that I read, In Search of Excellence, about great customer service, listening to the customer. Those are probably two of the bigger influences when I was young that sort of led me down the path to sales, customer service, and sales management.
That is very fascinating. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Listen to your customer, and be obsessed with their needs. Take care of them. Treat them, special. Ask for references, because the best way to grow your business is for your customer to tell others all about you.
That is very fascinating. We're certainly keeping that in mind. Once again, we're with the Director of Sales and Marketing for VBO Tickets, Mike MacPherson, the Mike Wagner Show. Mike, a very big thank you for your time. I learned a lot from you. You're totally amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date, keep in touch, and looking forward to having you on. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, where can people simply check you out or get more information?
Yep, you can go to vbotickets.com, or you can email me at mikemac, that's MIKEMAC, at vbotickets.com.
We certainly would do so. Mike, a very big thank you for your time. You've been totally amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date, keep in touch, and look forward to having you on again. We wish you all the best, and you've got a great future ahead of you.
So thank you very much for having me.